say the starting prayers. Is that okay?
Yeah, Mahaji, go ahead.
वक्रतुंड महाकाय सूर्यकोटि समप्रभा निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणी विद्यारंभं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावतीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। नमस्कारम गुरुजी।
Namaste, Mahalakshmi ji. Am I audible?
Yes, yes, sir.
So, Mahalakshmi ji, do you want me to start?
Yes, sir. Yes, you can start. Yes.
Okay. Mukam karoti vachalam pangum langhayate girim yat kripa tamaham vande paramananda madhavam. Okay. Nice to see all of you once again. I hope all of you remember the last session we had. So today is supposed to be a continuation of that. And so our objective was to understand what is the Bhagavad-Gita? What does it tell people? What is the purpose of the Bhagavad-Gita? Why am I studying Bhagavad-Gita? This is the purport. And generally in our tradition in India especially, it used to be that many of us used to learn to chant Bhagavad Gita, Vishnu Sahasranamam, Lalita Sahasranamam, like this. Everybody learns to chant. Then later on, only after some time, they begin to realize, oh, I think Bhagavad Gita needs to be studied, not just chanted. And then they begin to study it, etc. That's how it works, and that's the way it works also. So in the last class, let's review. Spend a few minutes to review what we did the last class. Okay. And we talked about the peculiarity of the human birth, okay, and the human being. We can compare the human being to a tortoise or a turtle, okay, sea turtle, correct? And then we said the sea turtle seems to live for 100 years and 125 years without much ado. And here the human being needs so many paraphernalia and on and on and on. And so many rituals, so much show. We come with so much show. And even if nobody talks about it, we make sure we present ourselves properly and make sure everybody notices us. And this goes on and on and on and on. And then finally the person says, I'm still not happy. Still not happy means no animal says I'm not happy, okay? But the human being, after living for 60 years, 70 years, 80 years, I'm so sad. What happened? 80 years opportunity. You got 80 years time. You're saying you're still sad? What about all these other people, 10 years, 20, 30 years? They're all, are you saying that after 80 years, they also will become, they'll say, I'm sad? What kind of role modeling is this? Okay. Like that doubt we get. But then that is the peculiarity of the human birth. I can die a very sad person, even after so many years. I think that is the saddest thing for a human being, is it not? If one cannot say, I have accomplished whatever I have come for, I can die peacefully. I think dying peacefully is, I think it's one type of a definition of accomplishment. Just you can think over it. I mean, I'm not, the Shastra doesn't say that. I'm just saying it now. And so if I can just say, yeah, death knocks on the door. Hey, you've got one more week. What will I do? Will I panic? You got one more week. So it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter which doctor I go, whether I go to the doctor in Chennai or to New York, it doesn't matter, because 1 week is 1 week only, 7 days only. It's not like 1 week is 7 days in India. In America, 1 week is 30 days. And therefore, I'll run to America and I'll get, 23 more days. That also won't work. And so I have to, this is the human predicament. So last time we saw some of these things and we said that, we are all trying to seek that Ananda by various ways, and that various ways is categorized as Artha, Kama, and Dharma. Correct? Artha means security, basic, food, shelter, clothing, that comes under security, Artha. And then once security is guaranteed, then I'm ready for Kama, ready to spend that same Artha, same money that I worked hard to earn, and then I'm ready to spend it for Kama. So many thousands of dollars to go on a cruise to Alaska. You got to go on a cruise to Alaska. You cannot see all these seals and these what do you call it? Penguins and the ice. It's penguins, a group of 1,000 penguins sitting on the ice and this and that. You cannot see this sight. You may see in National Geographic, but you can't see live. That you have to go to Alaska. Suppose somebody says, how much does it cost? Yeah, you have to earn a lot of money before you go to Alaska. Okay. So that same Artha I spend for Kama. So Kama is also I need. I can't simply keep on earning money. I have to spend the money also. At least some cheap thrills I must have. Some ice cream periodically. Some, group of friends, let's go on a picnic. And if not to the other state, at least within the state. If not within the state, within the city. Something we have to do different. Okay, this is called Kama. What about, let's rearrange all the furniture in our apartment. The couch, move it from the north side to the south side, and then, change some of these things, and then look around and make all these changes. And now it looks different. It looks as though you're in a new house. That's what, is it Artha? Is it Kama or is it Dharma? Well, it is not Dharma because nobody says, if you don't do this, nobody will be upset. Okay, therefore it can't be Dharma. Number two, is it Artha? Means, are you insecure if you don't do this? No, you won't be insecure. Then what? Therefore, it has to come in the category of Kama. Kama. Why? Because I am tired of this thing and I want something different. I want things to look a little different. Even more different means I can paint the wall with a different color. Spend a lot more money and do that. Kama, correct? So then Dharma is always there, of course. In the background, Dharma is always there. Okay. So this is the human life, and it keeps going on and on. And so and then we also saw the some words, okay, new words we saw, right? Shruti, Apaurusheyam, Paurusheyam, Shruti, Smriti, Jnana Kanda, Karma Kanda. These things we saw. Okay, we'll get a chance to review that periodically. And what about the Bhagavad-Gita? Well, is it Shruti or Smriti? If somebody asks you, what will you say? Shruti, Smriti, Purananam, Alayam, Karunalayam, like that we say. Okay. So we have to say, Shruti refers to the Vedas. Okay. Only the Vedas gets the name Shruti. Everything else gets the name Smriti, Puranam, etc., etc. Okay, and Shruti, Shrutihi, Apaurusheyam, that which is heard, that which is not authored by a human mind is Shruti, and Smriti, Smr, Mr, Smr, and that Smr, remember, Br. See that there is some connection between the English word remember, memory. See that MR, those two letters are there. I see a connection between Smr and all these words, memory, remembrance, etc., etc. So that which is born of a human mind is called Smriti. And this Bhagavad-Gita comes under Mahabharata. Mahabharata is authored by, the text is authored by Vedavyasa, which is a human mind, and therefore Bhagavad-Gita will be considered as Smriti, not Shruti, Smriti. Even though the message in this Smriti is same as the message in the Shruti, still this is called Smriti. And then towards the end of every chapter, you all chant Iti Srimad Bhagavad-Gita Su Upanishadsu. Okay, Bhagavad-Gita Su is this text. Upanishadsu is the text that we are about to study later on after the Bhagavad-Gita, right? Which is there in the Veda. That is Shruti. This is Smriti. Correct? Bhagavad-Gita Su, Smriti Su, Upanishadsu, Shruti Su. Correct? Shruti Su. Then etc. So that's because what the Bhagavad Gita conveys is not different from what the Upanishads and the Vedas convey. That is the idea there. Okay, we saw that. But still, what problem does the Bhagavad Gita solve? Does it solve a problem, or is it some kind of a story? That also can be there. Puranas, a lot of stories are there, talks about a lot of values. I learn a lot of values by listening to the Puranas. As a kid, I used to listen to Harishchandra Purana. How many of you know the story of Harishchandra? Harishchandra, yeah. So, okay, Renate is there. So I think Mahalakshmi ji, we have to do something here. We have to have a separate class on Harishchandra Purana. Just a story of Harishchandra. I think all of you know. Any of you can catch up on the story and then tell it within half an hour, 1 hour. The story can be told. And so it is a story briefly of a king called Harishchandra, and truthful king will not lie, period. Whatever happens to him, he will not lie. And so there is now an argument between sage Vashishta and sage Vishwamitra. Vishwamitra says, I want to make Harishchandra lie. I want to make him tell a lie. Vashishta says, no, there's no chance. Whatever you do, he will not lie. Let's bet. So it's a bet between two rishis. And then this fellow has become a guinea pig for these two rishis. And then the story goes like that. And beautiful story. And as kids, we all used to listen with awe. Our grandmother, grandfather used to tell the story and say, wow, Harishchandra. Wow, this is what the meaning of truth is. That means you must sacrifice your conveniences in order to be truthful. Being truthful means you may have to sacrifice your conveniences and comforts. That is the commitment to truth. Okay, like that. So all those are stories which talk about values. What about Bhagavad Gita? Does it talk about values? Yes, in chapter 13, it does talk about values. But primarily Brahma Vidyayam Yoga Shastre, correct? At the end of every chapter we study. So Brahma Vidyayam means in the topic of Brahma Vidya, then Yoga Shastre. So in the topic of all the disciplines that will help me in the gaining this Brahma Vidya, okay, there's a disciplines and their values will come. And so that becomes the purpose of the Bhagavad Gita. And going still a little further, it's not like we don't know how to solve problems. We are a very progressive society. At least we think we are a progressive society. Okay. And we are now in this, 21st century. Okay. And 2022. And surely we are advancing. Science is advancing. Medicine is advancing. And all the sciences are advancing. All subjects are advancing. And so we know how to solve so many problems. But this fundamental problem of inadequacy, how come we are not able to solve? Why can't we say, suppose there is a, we have this GDP and things like that, it measures the economy of a country. GDP growth is 8%, 3%, 4%, like that. They say, and they celebrate. Okay. Now, suppose there was a metric called gross satisfaction index, GSI. Hey, GSI, this came just like that. This is not the GSI tax and all that, but this is gross satisfaction index. How satisfied the people are in the country. Okay, take a poll, do whatever, do something and measure this index. Is it increasing or decreasing? We have to see. Every year we should do that measurement, I think. Then we will know whether the people in the country are really getting happier year by year, or they are saying we are getting worse. Okay, it's called, Srividya says, happiness index. Is there a happiness index like that? Okay, all right. I don't know. The media doesn't cover all this. They're not interested in this happiness index because they realize if people become too happy, they won't watch the news.
They don't want you to be happy, Guruji.
They don't want you to be happy also. So okay. So that happiness index, what happens to that happiness index? Does economic prosperity, if that is going up, does it mean a happiness index also is going up? This is the question. And so Anant Garu is saying, shaking his head like this. And so I think many people will agree that there does not seem to be a direct connection between these two. Okay. Momentarily, I am happy when I acquire something, when I get a bonus, I'm happy, no doubt. But how come then I am ending up every day if I'm becoming happy, okay, because I get something or something? My happiness index should be going up, because over the so many years I got so many things, and so many things have made me happy. So I must be much, much happier today than I was 10 years ago, than I was 20 years ago, etc. Doesn't seem to be the case. And so the Bhagavad-Gita addresses this fundamental dilemma of the human being. Okay, despite my best efforts to be happy, I may still end up being a very sad person at any time of the day, at any time of the year, and into the future I can be very sad. And so this is the classic problem, and this is not the first time we are looking at it. Our rishis have become, they are the experts, if at all I can use that word. They have studied this, thoroughly analyzed it, and we've got so many darshanas, shad darshanas, like that we talk about, and of which Vedanta is one. Okay, and then Sankhya, and then Yoga, Nyaya, Vaisheshika, like that. There are various schools of thought. Okay, so that is where we are. So here, one more thing I want to cover before I go to the first chapter, and that is in all our pursuits, I want to accomplish something. I want to get something. It could be as simple as I'm hungry now and I didn't have breakfast. So I want to have breakfast. So I want to be somebody who is free from hunger. And therefore, the way to do that is I want to feed myself. Okay, I cook something, feed myself, and then I'm free of hunger. Okay, simple accomplishment. Or it can be a much more complicated, long drawn thing, like I want to get a degree. I want to get a degree, bachelor's degree or a master's degree or a PhD degree. That's a long drawn process. Okay, after 2 years, 5 years, whatever, 6 years, I can get a master's or PhD. Long process. And then whatever I can do with that PhD, I will do. So these are all accomplishments. Or I want to be married, I want to have children. All these things are accomplishments, no doubt, and things that I want, so I can be more contented. I can be fulfilled in my life. Correct? Whatever you list, any of your accomplishments, professional accomplishment and family accomplishment, social accomplishments, I want to be known by many people in the society. Okay, some people have this desire to be known in society. I want to be somebody in society, and they will give up all their money, wealth, in order to be well known. Correct? There is also a desire, and they don't desire money like you and I desire, but they want something else. Okay, to be well known, to be elected as the president, prime minister, to be elected selected as the community leader. It's a desire. So I want to accomplish something. In every example that we said, today I am not what I want to accomplish. Today I don't have a degree. Tomorrow I will have a degree. Today I am not the president. Tomorrow I'll be the president of this community. Okay. Today, at this moment, I'm hungry. Next moment, I will not be hungry. Okay. So in all these examples, we are accomplishing what has not been accomplished yet. Is that agreeable? We are accomplishing what has not yet been accomplished. Every activity of ours, if you look into it, it will fall in this category. Accomplishment of the not yet accomplished. Okay. Now, there is one more type of accomplishment. Did I talk about it in the last class? No, I did not. Okay. Just want to do, because I'm lecturing in 2, 3, 4 different places. So I'm not sure where I said what. And so the second category is accomplishment of the already accomplished. Is it possible? Is it possible to accomplish what you have already accomplished? Ravi ji is shaking his head.
Yes.
How it is possible?
You could have accomplished it, and then subsequently some element of you becomes weaker. So that's a natural process for the body. Like
For example,
like in the army, I could run 10 miles during my training. Now at 66 years of age, I can't do it.
Okay, good. So you have accomplished that once, that
Yes.
you could run 10 miles in a given day, let's say,
Exactly.
or in a given hour, whatever, your metric, you can define your metric, and you could do that. But now you're not able to do it.
Yes.
Now you're not able to do it. So at the moment, you are not an accomplished person. You were an accomplished person, but today you're not an accomplished person. And therefore now what? I want to go back to my old sense of accomplishment. Therefore, I want to practice running again. And I put on a lot of weight. I need to reduce weight, this, that, everything starts, correct? So therefore, still it comes in the category of what? Accomplishment of the not yet at the moment accomplished. In the past, you may have accomplished it once and you may desire to do it again. This is how New Year resolutions are all like this. Correct? New Year resolutions are all like this. I want to reduce some weight. 5 kilos I want to reduce. And then whether you reduce 5 kilos or not, still next year again 5 kilos you want to reduce. It goes on. And end up you draw the chart. The chart is going up like this. Even though you seem to be reducing 5 kilos. Anyway, so correct. So back to Ravi ji. In that example, even though it is an accomplishment of what you once accomplished, at the moment you lost the accomplishment. That is why you want to re-accomplish it. My question is, at the moment you're already accomplished. You can run the 10 miles per day today or per hour today. Your metric is there. You're already accomplished. Can you ever tell somebody else, you know what? I've been running 10 miles an hour every day. Tomorrow onwards, I want to do something. My New Year resolution is, I want to run 10 miles every day. Will you say something like that? Hey, you're already able to do that. What kind of resolution is that? People will ask you or not. Or do you mean you want to run 10 miles in every half an hour or every 45 minutes? Maybe you want to increase the speed. Is that your accomplishment? You want new accomplishment? That's what they will ask you. What's new between, what's different from that accomplishment you've set yourself for versus what you have? So the question is, can there be an accomplishment of the already accomplished? This is the question. Okay. Now, Shastram says there is. Okay. See, a person was a devotee of Shiva. So he prayed for Shiva, he chanted Rudram, this and that, and then Shiva was very happy. So he came to this beloved devotee and asked him, hey Bhakta, I'm so pleased by you. What do you want? And the Bhakta said, I want a head. I want a head. And Shiva was a bit, he was about to get confused, because I want a head if somebody says. After all, Shiva is all knowing, and so he should know what's going on. I want a head. So Shiva just wanted to clarify. Do you want another head? Is that what you're asking me? No. I want one head. Okay. Do you want another head or what? No. I want a head on my shoulder. But you already have a head on your shoulder. No, I want a head on my shoulder. How can Shiva satisfy this request? Please tell me. No, I want a head on my shoulder. I want only one head on my shoulder. Suppose he says. Shiva is helpless. Shiva can say, oh, do you mean I have a head on my shoulder, but yahan par andar, sar ke andar kuch nahi hai, and you want some masala in there, some brain you want inside. I can help you with that. That Shiva can help. Is that what you mean? No. I want a head. Do you know a head? Do you know a head? Yes, I know head. Shiva says, that head I want. Shiva has to now think very hard. What's wrong with him? Is something wrong with me or something wrong with this guy? Shiva gets a doubt. So even God cannot help a person who wants to accomplish something that is already accomplished. Correct? Not possible. There is no such thing. But then Shastram says there is one thing. Okay? And that one thing is like this. Okay? And this story, all of us in India, at least, we used to, we have studied in school. Okay? And so, in India, there is a popular tradition. And the tradition is reading the newspaper in the morning. It's there everywhere. But being an Indian, we grew up in an Indian family. I'll stick to it. I don't know what all they do in Australia. Like Renette may give some other example. So I'm not sure. So morning, they have to read the newspaper. Okay. And so I remember my father used to do it when I was a kid. I used to watch. And I didn't know what a newspaper was. The man used to keep throwing the newspaper in the morning. And my father used to read it. And so this guy was reading the newspaper. Suddenly there was a knock on the door. And so a knock on the door, and then nobody was answering the door. So he kept the newspaper and then he went to the door. Right? And then he came back. And whatever the milkman had come, etc. In India, this thing is constant. In America, you can keep on sleeping till 10 in the morning, 11 in the morning. Nobody will disturb you. Nothing. Peaceful sleep. Sushupti avastha. Peaceful. In India, you can't sleep till 11 and all that. No chance. Even if there are other people in the house who can help with the chores, there is no chance. People will be coming and going. Maid servants will be coming and going. And there's all kinds of work. And in any case, the floor has to be swept. And and so there's no, even if you say I will sleep in a bed, somebody has to come there and do all these things. They'll turn on the fan, turn off the light, turn on the light. All these things will be happening. So there's no question there. So anyway, but here, this man has come and he's come back to read the newspaper. So he begins to read the newspaper and he can't read it. He can't read it because he left the glasses. So now he went to search for the glasses because, he went to the door, etc. He goes to the door, searches for the glasses. Then he walks around and he calls, hey, what happened? Where are my glasses? Get my glasses. Get my glasses. So one advantage of getting married is you can keep shouting at people, That's one advantage. Somebody is always there to shout at. And then kids are there. Kids are even helpful. Good to have kids because you can order the kids to do things. And but this time the kids saw what happened. And the kids decided, mother, they all look at each other and say, and then it means with one blink of an eye, they said, let's have some little fun. It's been a long time since we had fun in this family. Okay. This man has been shouting at us all day and all night. He keeps shouting. Now we are going to have some fun. So this guy says, come on, where are the glasses? No, Dad, you must have kept it on the television. Go check it. And then father runs around to the television, checks it. Nowhere to be found. Did he go to the kitchen? Did he have coffee? Did he keep the glasses there? Whatever. Did he check that? Oh, I didn't go there. No, you better check it. So go run around. This, that. Nothing. Outside the door, inside the door, checked all that. Did he check it next to you? Did he keep it there? No, it's not available. What happened? Is anybody having fun playing games with me? No, Dad, we're not playing. We're trying hard to find out where it is. Okay. Then the fellows, after some nice bit of fun, the boys and everybody else in the home, they decide, okay, Dad, I think we know where it is. It's in the restroom. Go to the bathroom. It's there. And just look at it. Okay. So this guy go to the restroom, looks at it, and then looks at the mirror. Okay. So these days we have big mirrors in the restrooms. Those days I remember there's no mirror in the restroom and all that. And one small mirror will be there somewhere in the bedroom, somewhere where my parents used to be there. A little bit small mirror. You can only see one eye also. You can't even see your whole face. That's how small the mirror was in our home. Okay. But now it's all top to bottom. You just have to stand and look at yourself, turn around. And you can just check everything out. Amazing it is. So amazing. And in any case, he goes there. Suddenly, no noise. Gupchup ho gaya. He is not, no word. What happened? Dad, are you there or not? And he goes, walks around, and then he comes back and sits quietly. Okay. What happened? What happened now? I'll tell you what happened now. Okay. In case you didn't figure out, right? So you figured out. Yeah. So Mahalakshmi Ji has figured it out. Okay. So the thing is this, that person wanted to accomplish something. What did he want to accomplish? He wanted to accomplish something. He wanted to become the person who had his glasses. And what did he think he was? I am the person without glasses. And I am the person without glasses. I want to become the person with glasses. Correct? I want to accomplish something. Right now, I have not accomplished it. Therefore, there is a pursuit. Whenever this gap is there between me and what I want to be, then this pursuit will happen. And he was engaged in this pursuit. Correct? Pursuit of getting his glasses. Then what happened? This pursuit went on and on and on and on and on. And when did it stop? Did he find his glasses? He found his glasses. Or did he not find his glasses? I'm just asking a question. I don't know what I want to see what you all think.
He found it. It was on
He
his
found it. Okay. Anybody wants to say he did not glasses? Some different answer, you know. So, okay. He found his glasses, right? He found his glasses. Where did he find his glasses? He found his glasses on his head, on his self. And but what was his conclusion? I don't have the glasses. I've misplaced the glasses somewhere. I've left it somewhere. The assumption is I don't have the glasses. Wrong assumption. When an assumption made is wrong, then this accomplishment of the already accomplished will become a big pursuit. Initially, we said, what did we say? The accomplishment can only be of the not yet accomplished. Now I'm saying accomplishment of the already accomplishment also is a type of pursuit. It leads us, it takes us on in a journey, like the man shouting at everybody. And will he ever be able to find glasses if he searches for the glasses? He will not be able to find. Why? Because wrong assumption. Then how did he find the glasses? A pramanam is needed. A pramanam is needed in the form of a mirror. A mirror only shows you who you are. Mirror doesn't provide you the glasses. Did the mirror create the glasses? No. Did the mirror hand over the glasses to him? No. Nothing. Pramanam in the form of a mirror. Or in the form of a person who can say, Kya ho gaya? Every day you do this game. We are not ready for this game. I'm not in the mood to play this game today. Okay. Just tap your head. Oh, I see. Sorry. Okay. So somebody has to say it, or the mirror must be there to say it. Correct? This is called accomplishment of the already accomplishment. That mirror is called the Vedas. That is why often they say the Vedas is a mirror of words. Okay. Why is it a mirror? It's a mirror because it tells me who I am. Whoever I am, and it tells me what I am is not what I think I am. I think I am a mortal. I'm a mortal because the body is mortal. Everybody knows that. Body has a lifespan of so many decades. That's all. After that, the body is going to fall. Therefore, body is a mortal. But then I am a mortal. Shastram says, no, body is mortal. Correct. I agree with you. But when you say Atma is not a mortal. Atma is immortal. Like this, it makes the statement. And then this comes under the category of what? Accomplishment of the already accomplishment. In Sanskrit, it is called Praptasya Praptihi. Praptasya Praptihi. Every other accomplishment I know of is Apraptasya Praptihi. Apraptasya means of the not yet accomplished, I want to gain. Praptihi. But this one is Praptasya Praptihi. Okay, are you following now? Praptasya Praptihi. So like this, many examples are there. They talk about a thief who wanted to hide the wallet that he stole, and he actually hid the wallet under the pillow of the person from whom he stole the wallet. And then the person found out, he searched all over, and he forgot to search the pillow, his own pillow, because how will it be under his pillow? The story and all we hear. The story is meant to show that there is no chance of my figuring this out unless somebody tells me. And that somebody is called the Veda. And through the Acharya, through the Guru, then why Guru becomes important? Guru becomes important because the Guru operates the words of the Veda and then reveals this Mahavakyam called Mahavakyam. Okay, this Jiveshwara Aikyam, this equality between Jiva and Ishvara, which reveals the true nature of Atma, which reveals the true nature of Brahman, and which equates the Atma to Brahman. All this we have to see, and I'm introducing a lot of words. And so that's that Mahavakyam. Mahavakyam means what? It is a statement which equates Jiva, which is the self, with Ishvara. Jiva and Ishvara are very different. Ishvara is Sarvavyapi. Ishvara is the creator of the world, is the sustainer of the world and resolver of the world. What did I create? What did I sustain? What do I resolve? Nothing. Most people tell me I'm useless. You useless fellow. That's what they've been telling me. And now Shastram says, no, you're not useless. You are no different than the creator of this world. Really? How is it possible? Yeah, that is why study. Shastram has to be studied. Simply belief it will not work. It has to be studied. Essentially, your essence and the essence of Ishvara and the essence of the world are identical. Identical means identical. Literally no difference. Like what? Like, you know, there are many, like the jewelry, golden jewelry that we all wear, human beings wear. And the necklace, and the necklace is upset. What? The necklace is upset. Why? Look at that bangle. Bangle means this thing the women wear in India. It's called bangle. We call it bangle. Okay. And so this bangle, it is jealous of the bangle. What happened? Hey, necklace, you're shining, you have diamond studded this and that, and they spent a lot of money to get you and put on the neck that too. And no, that's what you think. Look at the bangle. How active the bangle is. And the lady is washing and the lady is doing so many things, and then the bangle gets to see different things. Look at me. I am stuck on the neck. I'm stuck on the neck all the time. That too, this is a traditional lady. She just puts her sari around my necklace. So I can't even see the outside world. It's always dark here. Look at the bangle. It has a nice view of so many things. It gets to do aerobics also. So now the necklace is jealous of the bangle. Necklace is not jealous of the bangle. A necklace with a human mind is jealous of a bangle with a human mind. Human mind has to be put inside the bangle and the necklace. Then only this necklace can become sad. Until then, the necklace will be okay. Therefore, the necklace has to be told. What should it be told? Hey, you are gold. Your essence is gold. Necklace is a form you have taken, but your essence is gold. That is why when both the bangle and necklace are taken to the jewelry store, they won't look at bangle, this and that. They will take straight away, put it on the taras, on the weighing, on the this thing, weighing machine. They'll measure how heavy you are. And then based on that, they will make an assessment. The gold, they are looking at gold. They're not looking at the form necklace. Because both are 22 karat gold. You are that 22 karat gold. You were 22 karat gold before you became a necklace. You are a 22 karat gold now. After the necklace is melted, you will still be 22 karat gold. 22 karat gold cannot be destroyed. You are that gold. Like that, the necklace has to be taught through Zoom, correct? So that is the journey here. And so essentially the bangle is identical. The essence is identical. Bangle and necklace. The entire world of gold and ornaments, the essence is just gold, pure 22 karat gold or 24 karat gold. Okay, different forms. Forms are different. If I take form to be Satyam, absolutely real, I'm going to have all kinds of problems because the form will always change. Form is that which changes. And therefore it is Anityam. Anityam means what? Impermanent. They say life is impermanent and all. And so that impermanence comes because any form is impermanent. What about Atma? Anityam or Nityam? Shastram says Atma is Nityam. Atma is Avinashi. Second chapter you have learned. Avinashi tu tad viddhi. Yena sarvamidam tatam vinashamabhyayasyasya nakaschit kartum arhasi. Antavanta ime dehaha. These dehaha are antavantaha. They are all going to perish. Perishing is the nature of this body. Nityasyokta sharirinaha. But then the indweller of the body is Nityam, Krishna says. Correct? Therefore, that's the background I want to give. Let me look at the time here. So, yeah, we've got about 20 minutes more. Okay. So that's a background. Just to see, we can quickly rush and go shloka by shloka and do something and finish off chapter 1. I don't want to rush like that. I want you to understand clearly. Why are you studying the Bhagavad-Gita? That understanding must be crystal clear. Then rest are details. Chapters we can go through. No problem. Anytime we can do that. Anybody can do that. But do we understand? Praptasya praptihi. Do we understand? Bhagavad-Gita reflects our own nature. It acts as a mirror and tells us who we are. And it is in the category of accomplishment of the already accomplished. Praptasya praptihi. Why? Because I am searching for purnatvam, fullness, completeness, limitlessness. That limitlessness cannot be a product of karma, action. Action is limited. Action will produce a result. But because action is limited, the result also will be limited. Action is anityam, karma phalam. Result is also anityam, impermanent. Therefore, moksha cannot be karma phalam. Moksha has to be nityam. Otherwise, what will happen? We will end up saying, I got moksha this morning while I was meditating. For 5 minutes, I got moksha. Shastram doesn't talk about 5-minute moksha and all that. Moksha is moksha, period. It's nityam. Therefore, moksha cannot be karma. Phalam cannot be a product of action. Therefore, what? It has to be a product of inaction. If it's not a product of action, it has to be a product of inaction. Kind of, yes. What inaction? Just like this man got his glasses. How did he get? What was it that was separating this man from his glasses? What was separating? Tell me. Time or space? What was separating? The man with glasses or man without glasses and the man with glasses. or the man who thought he was without glasses and the man with glasses. What was the,
Ignorance.
Space.
Yeah. So what was separating is not space, no distance. There is no distance between these two people because these two people are essentially identical.
Ignorance.
Ignorance is the only thing that's separating the two. Ignorance of a fact. Ignorance is enough to make a person active forever. And this activity will not have an end. Why? Because karma, that activity will not produce the result. Will not produce a result. Why? Because the person already is what he or she is seeking. Therefore, karma cannot produce it. Karma is based on a wrong assumption. Karma is based on ignorance. Now that Mahalakshmi ji used the word ajnanam, karma is based on ignorance. So if somebody says, what causes karma? What will you say? Ignorance is the cause for karma. Correct? And karma is the cause for karma phalam. Karma phalam is the cause for another birth. I mean karma phalam, and then that is papam and punyam, and then papam and punyam is cause for another birth. Another birth means again ignorance is there. Therefore, and then ignorance creates karma. Karma creates karma phalam. Cycle. No end to this cycle. Only thing that can break this cycle is that which removes my ignorance of who I really am. Correct? Because praptasya praptihi. What about going to heaven? I thought that is what my goal was, to go to heaven. I think I've been behaving very nicely. I've been learning Bhagavad-Gita. I've been chanting all the shlokas. I've been doing all that. God must be happy with me. Therefore, after that, God will take care of me. If I say that, then God will take care of me if God is different from me. But if God comes and says, hey, you are no different than me, if God says, how can God take care of me? There are two entities called God and Jiva. Then, okay, God can take care of me. God can be angry with me. God can be compassionate with me. God can cuddle me. God can do all kinds of things. But suppose God is not like that. Suppose God is not like that. How do you know? This is the analysis. Fantastic analysis. Our Shastram has just finished it all. There's nothing left to be said. Everything that is to be said has been said already. Nothing new. Only thing new is periodically we come up with some jokes, modern jokes, pandemic jokes, this and all we can. That is the only creation we can do. Otherwise, nothing else we can say. Everything has been said. Therefore, within the few next minutes we have, let's look at this first chapter. Okay. And the first chapter creates a setting, creates a context for the Bhagavad-Gita. Does everybody know Mahabharata story? At least in general? Mahabharata. What about Renate? Yeah, Renate also knows the Mahabharata. Okay. So in general, Indians know Mahabharata. Just checking with Renate and others. Okay, good. So Mahabharata is known, which makes our job easier. Because when Swamiji went to America and gave a talk on the Shastram, then you got a lot of Caucasians there, and they are all interested in this topic very much, but they don't know Mahabharata, they don't know Ramayana. Where to go now? Now, how can we give examples of Rama and Sita and all that? We can't give examples because now they don't know what this is all about. So he started teaching Mahabharata, started teaching Ramayana. Then only Bhagavad-Gita came. Okay, so but now that you know all that, I think you know the context. And so Krishna, Pandavas, Kauravas, and even though Pandavas and Kauravas were born of the same lineage, still there was a big difference between the attitude of the Pandavas and the values that Pandavas grew up with versus the Duryodhanas, the Kauravas, and so much so that they fought with each other. From day one, they were fighting with each other. And the Kauravas wanted to destroy the Pandavas somehow or the other. And finally, war was declared. And they spent whatever 12 plus 1 years incognito, 13 years. They came back. And Duryodhana says, if you can stay in the forest for 13 years, you can stay in the forest for 30 years. I will not give even 1 square inch of land for you. Okay, this is his response. What about Krishna? Krishna, God can change people's minds. Why doesn't God come and change Duryodhana's mind? God says, I'm helpless. I've created all right, but this is also part of the law, part of the karma, and I'm watching everything. Krishna is constantly smiling. He is not affected by any of this. He's an ambassador going back and forth. Can you give Pandavas 5 villages? I think they'll be happy with that. No. Then he goes back. He says no. And then Yudhishthira says, okay. And can he give at least 1 village with 5 houses? 1 village is 5 houses? No. So back and forth Krishna is going, like we make some people run around. That's how it is. So poor Krishna, he became just a pawn in front of everybody. Anyway, so finally war is declared. And so here the context is war and battlefield. And the opening scene is Dhritarashtra Uvacha. Correct? So let's chant here. Let me unmute one of you. So Anant Garu, go ahead and unmute yourself. Let's chant the first shloka. Okay. Go ahead and unmute your computer, your Zoom. Yeah. So just repeat after me. Dhritarashtra Uvacha.
Dharma Kshetre Kurukshetre Samaveda Yuyutsavaha Mamaga Pandava Chaiva Kimapurvada Sanjaya.
Good. So this is the first shloka of the first chapter. Now, in general, in our tradition, whenever a text is written, the text starts with a prarthana, with a prayer. Okay, you look at Vishnu Sahasranama Michan, it's a big text. It starts with a prarthana. Shuklam Bharadaram Vishtam Shashivardam Chaturbhujam Prasannavadanam Dhyayet Sarva Vigna Upashantaye. Sarva Vigna Upashantaye. The one who can remove all the vignas, all the obstacles. And you have done that because the fact that I am sitting here and about to chant Vishnu Sahasranamam shows that you have removed all the obstacles, and now help me continue and let me finish this, etc. So prarthana. And the prarthana, starting the class with a prarthana, starting a text with a prarthana, because those days text writing was not like you simply sit on a computer, Google Doc, it saves everything, you share it with everybody, and then you can group edit all these things. No such thing. Write on palm leaves. And palm leaves means you leave the palm leaves and then the cow can come and eat away the palm leaves. Gone. Hard work gone. And it's not like you to go to the copy shop and then get it xeroxed and all. Nothing. So prarthana is, may I finish what I'm about to start. What a huge thing it is. And one copy only available after it's all done. Another copy somebody wants, write it again. Either the author writes it or somebody else, author students will write it. Amma, the phone vandirthuma. So that is how it works. And therefore prarthana is very essential. And then even if that is all set, today we don't write in palm leaves and all. If you say, well, prarthana is required because we have to understand what is being said. These are all loaded words, loaded shlokas. First chapter, at least some story. There's not much to understand. It means basic story only. But after that, every shloka is loaded with so many words. Therefore, prarthana there also. Prarthana not just by the student, but also by the teacher. So here, Dhritarashtra Uvacha. The first word is Dhritarashtraha. Dhritarashtraha. That is the prayer. That is a prarthana of the Bhagavad-Gita. That word itself is a prarthana because Dhritarashtraha. Okay. Rashtraha, Jagat, the world. Dhritaha Rashtraha Yena Saha. So the one who sustains the world, that is the meaning of Dhritarashtraha. Correct? Means Ishvara, Narayana. One who sustains the world, Bhagavan. That is the meaning of Dhritarashtra. Therefore, uttering the name of Ishvara is a prayer. Correct? Hey Narayana. Hey Dhritarashtra. Not the father of Duryodhana. Dhritarashtra means Narayana. Okay. So Dhritarashtra Uvacha. So commentators will say all these things. So Anandagiri, Ramaraya Kavi, Shankaracharya, etc. will say Dhritarashtra. That is the prayer. That is the prarthanartham, like that they would say. Anyway, so that is the prayer. And then this shloka itself is very interesting. Okay. You know what it says? You must have read the translation. And there is so much psychology in this shloka. You know what it says? Hey Sanjaya, right? Because Dhritarashtra is blind and he's talking to Sanjaya. Sanjaya is his, assistant minister. And hey Sanjaya, Sanjaya was gifted by Veda Vyasa to be able to see whatever happens at any distance, far away. So this Chakshu, Divya Chakshu was there. So the telegnosis or whatever, telemetry or something, telepathy, whatever you want to call it, that gift he had. Therefore, Sanjaya is not in the battlefield. He's sitting right next to the king, Dhritarashtra. So he says, hey Sanjaya, Dharma Kshetre Kurukshetre. Kshetra means area. So in this Dharma Kshetra means Bharat is Dharma Kshetra, is a land of Dharma, where Dharma is so important. Adharma is there, but the Adharma is there and Dharma is always there. Both are there. People are very alive to Dharma. And so that Dharma Kshetra, in the place called Kurukshetra, Kurukshetra in Uttar Pradesh, I think, is it not? Okay, Kurukshetra.
Haryana.
Haryana, Kurukshetra, correct. So in that place called Kurukshetra, okay, Samavetaha Yutsavaha. So these people who are ready to fight, they are gathered. Samavetaha. And then what? Look at the question he's asking. Okay. Kim Akurvata. What did they do? Okay. What did they do? Kim Akurvata. And who are the people? Kim Akurvata. Mamakaha Pandavaha Cha. Okay. Pandavaha, you understand. Pandavaha. What did the Pandavas do? And Mamakaha. My people. What is the meaning of this statement? What did my people and the Pandavas do? That means what? That means Pandavas are not my people. Huh? See, suppose you say, 5 children have come and see in front of you. Vikram, Sham, and Gita, and other people are there. And say, oh Vikram, oh you are a very intelligent boy. That means what about the other people? 4 other people are listening, standing there. Okay, you are a very intelligent boy, Vikram. What about these other people? Not so intelligent. Correct? That's the meaning. So Mahamakaha Pandav. This Pandu Maharaja, who is the younger brother of Dasharatha, when he decided to go to the forest, he told Dhritarashtra, you take care of my children just like you would take care of your children. Brother. Okay. And this man, Dhritarashtra, says, Mamakaha Pandavas Chaiva. My people and Pandava. That means Pandavas are not my people. Right there, he's committing a major mistake by saying this. By saying that he's violating the words he has given to Pandu, the promise he has given to Pandu. A violation. Brothers' children. How can, especially in Indian tradition, brothers' children are no different than our children. We don't distinguish them. So here our commentators would say, look at Dhritarashtra. He was not only physically blind, he was blind here also. Dharma blind. This is the way he's talking. That means in his mind, he has never accepted the Pandavas as his children. They're always different, but he is somehow, they are part of his family. Therefore, he has to put up with Pandavas. That is the attitude that he seems to have. Okay. So, Kima Kurvat. Kima, what did they do? What did they do means what? They have come to Kurukshetra. Okay. Did they come to have a picnic or what? oh, let's all assemble and have a grand party. It's been a long time that we met. Okay, to have a party, exchange some pleasantries, say hello, how are you, and this and that, and have a big, dandiya program and this and that, or what? Kimakurvata, what did they go for? There's going to be bloodshed coming up. And so he's asking Kimakuru. That shows this fellow has a silent wish. You know what wish he has? He has a wish. These Pandavas have given up a lot. They even went to the forest, even though they were the kings. And the Duryodhana drove them out and cheated them and then drove them out. And so they came back. They are very nice people. They are committed to Dharma. Therefore, maybe they will go to the battlefield and maybe Pandavas might say, you know what? It's not worth it. This bloodshed is not worth it. I think let's think once again and let's go back to the court. Let's have some discussions and let's call the war off. This is the secret wish of Dhritarashtra. That is why he's saying, Kim akurvata. Something happened like that. That's what would be nice. So my sons can enjoy the kingdom and these guys can be shunted out. That's the idea. Okay. Kim akurvata. Look at how much psychology is there in this. And so, like this, the next few shlokas is fairly straightforward. We can continue that, and within another 15-20 minutes, we can finish it. But now that the time is up, I hope you are now understanding now slowly that the context of the Bhagavad-Gita is crucial. Crucial. Praptasya praptihi versus apraptasya praptihi. Crucial. Accomplishment of the already accomplished. Already accomplished. And so that is where this ajnanam, ignorance, comes. So ignorance stands opposed to karma, or rather, jnanam stands opposed to karma. Correct? Karma, karma phalam, etc. That cycle is there. And jnanam is different. Jnanam uproots ajnanam. Knowledge uproots ignorance. Only thing that can remove ignorance is the opposite of ignorance, which is jnanam, knowledge. And here in this case, knowledge of the self. Everything is knowledge. Computer also knowledge. Knowledge of computer, knowledge of architecture, knowledge of nutrition, knowledge of medicine, knowledge of mathematics, physics, chemistry. Everything is knowledge. But here, this is Atma Vidya. Everything else is Anatma Vidya. Everything else I have put in my resume is all Anatma Vidya. Correct? Once in the company I was working, the vice president, we had a meeting and he kind of liked what I was doing, etc. So the group meeting was there, and so they used to call me Jay. So Jay, what are you doing? And then I said, what do you like to do? What are you? So somehow it came up, and then I said, I am interested in psychology and metaphysics. This was my answer. Okay, and this man, so we must be that. That means what? We must be careful with this guy because he knows something that we don't. Okay, and psychology, if you say these CEO types, they are a bit afraid because they don't want to read the mind of the CEO. Because otherwise, CEO will lose control. He can control people, he or she. Only if people are ready to listen to that person. If somebody says, no, you are insecure fellow, I'm not going to follow. Suppose somebody says, what will you do? Get out. We can only say get out because he has the power to say get out. So, that is the topic here. Vedanta means it falls in this category of knowing knowing what is already accomplished, and that already accomplished I am. That is why often they say you are what you are seeking. You already are what you are seeking. Correct? Okay. How can you seek what you already are? Well, that's the whole point. That's the whole subject here. We already know some examples, and so we are entering entering an area which is entirely different from what we have studied before. We are not gaining little more knowledge in Sanskrit and few more verses I want to study. Not that. That whole subject is different. Very different. It is Apaurusheya Vastu. It is Atma, which is called Vastu. And so it's a fascinating journey. And that is how we are all attracted to this. And it must have a solution to my fundamental problem, my fundamental conflicts. It must have, otherwise this cannot stand the test of time. Correct? Test of time. Otherwise it has to be upgraded, like our iOS or Android. Every so often it suddenly pops up and says upgrade. You have to keep saying later, remind me later, because it comes up at the wrong time. And it keeps, you have to upgrade. So Bhagavad-Gita version 7.6. Huh? 7.6 version? Oh, so many versions have been there. Yeah, every 1,000 years we get a new version, Or rather, 5,000 years back Bhagavad-Gita. So now the version is 5 point something. Okay. No, it's not like that. This version doesn't change at all. And so we'll continue this discussion. I hope this discussion is useful, and we'll have a short satsang shortly. Let me finish this. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Thank you. I know it's late for you. And if you are interested, I'll be happy to answer any questions or any comments. Love to hear that. Any thoughts? So Renate, this must be quite basic to you. I mean, you've attended Swamiji's classes, etc. in the ashram and so forth. So
never feels basic to me. It never feels basic. Whenever I always feel that these are topics that need to be always digested. So it's always new every time you hear it, irrespective of who's reading it or who's lecturing or who's the guru. So thank you. It's good to have a refreshment, but it's always approached quite in a new way here.
Sure. How are you feeling today? Now, are you much better now?
Oh, much better. I didn't think I was going to get better for a while there. I must admit, it was a bit tough. I don't know if anyone else has had it, but it's not something that I would wish on anyone. And you have to be quite brave throughout. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So they say that somehow after the 2 vaccinations, the Omicron will have milder symptoms, etc. Is that true, or in your experience at least? Or?
Well, I'm double vaccinated. I'll go for my booster in a couple of weeks, but I have this real problem with the word mild because it certainly doesn't feel mild to me. And my research on how it's meant scientifically is that mild is you're not hospitalized. You're not in a position where you are going to lose your life, but it does tackle things in your system that I found was more bronchial for me. Others had it differently. And for nearly 4 or 5 days, I had a very strange head. My head was in a really place, very foggy, very dizzy, not able to focus much. And what was my response? I just slept. Slept as much as I could.
Okay, very.
So thank you for asking.
You just have to take the medicines and just wait it out.
You do. Yes.
Yeah. Nice to have you back, Renate.
Thank you very much. Thank you, everyone.
So Anantji, any comments?
It's at the beginning only. I'm too new to comment anything because we have been reading so much, and we are confused. You read that book, this book, and when you really listen from somebody, you get a better view of it.
Either you get a better view or it adds to the confusion.
Why should I say so? I think it's a better view. It won't add to the confusion. One thing is certain. One thing, because I am also a student in some other thing. Reading books, it gives an idea. But listening, whether it is a very highly qualified teacher or some qualified, it definitely helps you to, it opens out. It make you think. Otherwise, reading doesn't help you to think. That's what my feeling.
Yeah, so that's a very important point. None of our Swamis and Acharyas will none of our Swamis and Acharyas will suggest reading. In the tradition, reading excuse me. Now tradition, reading is not at all accepted. Traditional people will not even accept it. These days we use PDF files and this and that all over. We are studying or reading all kinds of books, but reading is not at all. It is not recommended at all. That's why they use the word called Shravanam. Shravanam. Shravanam means listening. Only the listening. Why is listening is important? Because I'm already conditioned. And so this entire process that we are talking about is a deconditioning process. Because nothing new is there. You are the whole. Ishvara and Jiva has no difference. You are complete and full. Over. Teaching is over. Now what? Doesn't make a difference in my life. I got few more words I learned. Jiva, Ishvara, Brahman. This, that. More. I have more in my dictionary. Now there are a few more words in my dictionary. That's all happened. Nothing happens. Why nothing happens? Because I'm conditioned. Conditioning, that deconditioning has to happen. It happens only through Shravana. Whereas reading, what happens? We are reading a book with the same conditioning and with the same biases we have. Therefore, what we will understand is based on what we already think we know. And so that power the text may otherwise have it becomes powerless on us. Because we are filtering it. The ignorant mind is filtering what's coming. Whereas when you listen also, same problem can be there. But the teacher has the ability to predict what the student is thinking now. If I say this, what will the student think? Oh, he will think, oh, what about this? Then immediately the teacher can come back and say, if you think like this, then that is also not correct. Then satsang, Q&A. Q&A is meant for clearing doubts. And if how is this possible? How is that possible? Etc. And therefore, this is the traditional approach. Some people won't even accept using English as a language to communicate. Traditional people won't. You go to Rishikesh, most of the ashrams will teach in Hindi. And you go around and say, I know English and all that. English nahi chalega. It won't work. Because Shastra means Hindi mein padna hai. That is their idea. And you bring English words and all that. English words, there are no English words to represent certain Sanskrit words. So where will you go? Karma, there is no English word. Brahman, no English word. Atma, no English word. What will you do? Like this, you keep on doing it. There's so many words are all Sanskrit. That's why often we don't translate many of these words. We just say Jiva means Jiva. That's it. We won't say soul and all that. Chance hai kadaya. No chance. Thank you, Anandji, for your feedback. Yeah, Mahalakshmi ji, any other thoughts? Yeah, please. We can't hear you. Yeah.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Sir, you said about that accomplishing the already accomplished, right? So for that, you said if I'm hungry, then I can prepare something and I can get rid of my hunger. That action is, if it is the next part of the day, if I'm again hungry, I can again cook something and make myself full. I mean, I need not remain hungry. I can eat and become full. I can get rid of my hunger. So there the action is once accomplished is again accomplished. Is it not?
Yeah, what happens there? What was accomplished?
Yes.
Becomes de-accomplished. That is the problem. See, once I get a bachelor's degree, the bachelor's degree stays with me forever. Even though the paper is eaten by cockroaches and all that, still the degree is degree one, right? And I can prove at any time I'm a bachelor's degree holder. But hunger, filling up the stomach doesn't fall in that category, because stomach is full at the moment. So I'm full, but the food is also constantly disappearing from the stomach.
No, the action is accomplished.
Actually, at the moment it is accomplished, but then 1 hour later, we go to the kitchen and open the refrigerator and see what is there. something. I want some, not food, but something to muh meetha karna. Thoda, something is there or not. Why? Because stomach is now becoming emptier, slowly emptier. Okay, not time for dinner. Therefore, I want something in between lunch and dinner. So there also, I accomplished it, but then that accomplishment is being lost. Being lost. Like in the car, in your vehicle or two-wheeler, accomplished. Gas is full, but you keep driving around and the gas is now getting emptier and emptier. At some point, you got to refill the tank. So there also it falls in the category of accomplishment of the not yet accomplished. Not yet accomplished means at the moment not accomplished. Previously I had accomplished it, but now that accomplishment is of no use because it's not accomplished anymore. Yeah.
Thank you.
Any other thoughts or questions?
Yeah.
Narayanji, Srividya, Hemalata, Veena, Anand.
I mean, can I leave?
Yeah, please. Anybody who wants to leave, please leave. Yeah. Venkatramanji. Yeah.
Yeah. I thought praptapsya praptihi means one who is entitled for certain position is naturally he gets it by his effort and all. I put it other way, aprapsya praptihi is greatness thrust on somebody who doesn't deserve it. Can it take it like that?
See, greatness thrust on somebody who doesn't have it is okay. It's some kind of thing. And maybe the person, whether the person likes it or not is a question. And so as far as the person is concerned, is it apraptasya prapti or praptasya prapti?
Yeah, as a person, he is apraptasya prapti, but his external things, his greatness is thrust on him and made great. Praptasya prapti, as if it is a praptasya prapti, which he doesn't deserve.
Yeah, so he doesn't deserve that, but previously that greatness was not bestowed on him. Now that greatness is bestowed on him. That person likes it. So, okay. So that is also apraptasya prapti. Previously, the greatness was not there. Now, all people have gathered around and put a shawl on him and honored him. And so he said, oh, I'm now a big honorable person for not doing nothing. And just because my father left several crores of rupees, and now I've become somehow very big in their eyes. So, okay, so there also greatness was not there before, greatness was there now. Okay, whether it is bestowed by somebody else or whether it was worked hard for, self-accomplished, whatever, still it is some kind of an accomplishment. Okay, apraptasya prapti, not praptasya prapti. Not
Prapti, which he normally doesn't deserve, but external things, the greatness is thrust on him. And other people think he's great, but really he is not that, doesn't deserve it.
Yeah, deserving, not deserving, still apraptasya prapti. Getting what I didn't have before.
Yeah.
Getting what I didn't have before. Correct?
What doesn't deserve?
Again, deserved or not, getting what I did not, did I have it before or not? That is a question. That is apraptaha.
Yeah.
Aprapti. Then did I get it or not? Yeah, I got it. Without my effort, I got it. And somebody is giving it free. And so prapti. So apraptasya prapti. Whether deserved or undeserved. Correct? Same category. Yeah. At least same category as far as what we are talking. In a different context, it is two different things.
Yeah. Yes.
Greatness thrust on somebody.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Anything else? Narayanji, Hemalata, and Veena Anand. Okay. Good. We'll finish with this then. Om Purnamada. Okay, I'll turn it over to you, Mahalakshmi, so you can finish the class. Yeah.
Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.